What is it that every member of Congress needs to know better so that you can do your job better?
I have been incredibly impressed since I took this job and encouraged, frankly, because we live in a world, in a country at least, where partisanship affects a lot of things, but frankly, it has not affected cybersecurity. We have incredible support from both sides of the aisle and some real champions on both sides of the aisle of folks who've gotten incredibly smart on cybersecurity. There's some terrific support of people who've actually done the work to learn about these issues so that they can help make CISA as successful as where we need to be in it. And frankly, you see it reflected in increase in budgets every year, increase in authorities, increase in responsibilities. And that has been, again, incredibly encouraging. And since I took this job over the past year, today's my, by the way, 1-year anniversary. Since I took this job, we have had support on both sides of the aisle.
Let me ask you, you said that 80% of critical infrastructure is in the hands of the private sector. I want you to give me your back of the envelope percentage in terms of the significance of the threat environment from other countries as opposed to from criminal actors that are not affiliated with governments.
So the reason why I can't give you a great back of the number, maybe I'll say it's 50-50, Ian, but the reason why we don't have great data is because there has never been a mandate to report things like cyber incidents to the US government. And so certainly we see nation-state attacks, big breaches that make their way into the news, certainly SolarWinds, the attack we saw in Colonial Pipeline, JBS Foods, Kaseya Software, Equifax a couple years ago. So those things that hit the news, you can, the attribution ultimately comes out. Some are nation states. The big four are, of course, China, Russia, North Korea, Iran. And then you have a whole ecosystem of cyber criminals to include those who are deploying ransomware. And some of those groups are aligned with nation states. Some of them are given safe haven. Some of them have a sponsorship, but very hard given that we don't have a baseline of data. It's why, again, going back to the Congress, they actually passed earlier this year a groundbreaking set of legislation, the Cyber Incident Reporting for Critical Infrastructure Act, which for the first time, they've been trying to get this thing passed for over a decade. For the first time, there will be a requirement for critical infrastructure to report to CISA if they have a cyber incident. So we can not only use that data to render assistance, to warn others, but also to get a much better understanding of what's going on so that we can be able to react and respond and to drive down risk in a much more systematic way.